1. Happy New Year!
Yay.
We're back with some results. If you remember from last week, Quinn predicted the Cheerio would take it all.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Let's see how that turned out. Because the first match, we're just getting fucking right into it because I want to get to these next characters because I'm excited. Tony the Tiger versus
Fucker.
His name was too long to fit with Tony the Tiger, so I just...
Fair enough.
Busby. Well, the honey...
Busby?
Well, I did the Honey Nut Cheerio Bee is what I called it.
His name is Busby.
His name
Ethan.
is Fucker.
Put some fucking respect on his name.
I don't care. Sure.
Could have put Tony versus Busby.
Tony the Tiger stands in the arena flexing for a roaring crowd. This goes on for a while until he notices a bee trying to sting him and he just flicks him off.
No.
The Honey Nut Cheerio bee gets launched into the side of the arena and dies.
No.
Tony wins but doesn't realize it until a tournament official has to come out and tell him.
No.
Yeah, I mean, a 3 out of 20 chance is still a pretty good chance of rolling that 20, but
I was
at the
definitely
same time,
gambling.
not.
I was definitely gambling. I just had faith, you know?
Mm-hmm. All right, so that was the first quick one. And just a heads up with these, I would try to really cut down on my writing time for these first few by just writing bullet points. And I was like, oh, I'll remember what I need to talk about when I get there. And then I abandoned that idea. So we'll see how these first few go. In the next one, we got the California Raisins versus Toucan Sam.
4v1.
And I believe... Abby had the Raisins for this one. Well, Drew and Quinn had Toucan Sam.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Raisins do vocal warm-ups with a pitch pipe and humming as Toucan Sam circles above like a vulture and starts dive bombing the Raisins. They jump out of way and land in a cool hip-hop group pose from the 90s and break out into a killer harmony. The harmony radiates towards Toucan Sam and paralyzes him while he's in the air and makes him fall to the ground. The Raisins jump on him and begin to pummel him. Glee fills the Raisins as they gang up on Sam, but one of them gets too happy and pitchy and drops out of harmony, freeing Toucan Sam. He takes off into the sky. The Raisins stop singing, and the three who didn't mess up stare daggers at the pitchy Raisin. They grab him and toss him up into the air. Sam flies by and swallows him whole.
Jesus Christ.
The remaining Raisins return to the 3-part polyrhythmic beatbox, shattering Toucan Sam's feeble bird brain, killing Sam.
No.
Not my greatest story, but at the same time, not a close fight, really.
I can't believe I put Sam down as the winner.
Yeah, neither can I. You didn't stat him very well.
I feel like you lied about that. I feel like I would never have done that.
That round was 7 matches. The Raisins lost half their health. Maybe I should have gone a little bit more, I guess, towards Toucan Sam. But at the same time, I was really trying to get through these first few. Next one. This next one's pretty fun. I like this next. We got Captain Morgan and Pillsbury Doughboy.
I mean, this one's got to be easy.
I believe you all.
Of course, dude.
This one. Captain Morgan drinks an entire barrel of rum and then smashes it over his head, while the Pillsbury Doughboy stands with a dumb look on his face. I imagine he's, like, honestly very small.
Yeah.
Like, not super big.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, he is.
Yeah, and he's the cute little dumb guy, and he just starts taking off towards Captain Morgan, and Captain Morgan just kind of watches him as he just runs towards Captain Morgan. And as he reaches him, Pillsbury Doughboy jumps up and gives Captain Morgan a little kiss on the forehead, and then falls back down and giggles, and then runs away. Well, while he's falling back down, I forgot what part. While he's falling back down, Captain Morgan slashes the Pillsbury Doughboy into 2 halves, and the 2 dead halves land on the ground. But they regrow into full Pillsbury Doughboys, get up and giggle, and then run away.
Oh.
Confused, Captain Morgan pulls out his blunderbuss and shoots at the Pillsbury Doughboy, hitting both of them and blowing them into 100 bits. 100 Pillsbury Doughboys regrow, giggle, and run away. Well, that's not good. Captain Morgan starts to feel dizzy and falls to the ground. Blinking in and out of consciousness, he sees the Pillsbury Doughboys circle around him and join hands. In one last act of desperation, Morgan tries to free himself, tries to force a burp, but only a fountain vomit of rum erupts out of him, spraying all the Pillsbury and rum. Captain Morgan then reaches for his blunderbuss one last time to fire it, lighting the rum on fire and burning all of the Pillsbury Doughboys. Captain Morgan wins.
You made Captain Morgan sound like a fucking loser, dude.
Well,
Pillsbury Dough? I don't think we
so
really
the
ate
thing-
the Pillsbury Doughboy anything.
well, if he lasted to round 7,
Yeah.
the Pillsbury Doughboy wins.
Yeah.
On round 7 is when Captain
Really?
Morgan finally finished.
Shit.
Okay. Dude.
So it was really
Yep.
close. There were a few really close ones.
Yep.
Crazy.
All right. And for our last round of 8, we got the General versus Mrs. Buttersworth.
General?
Gotta be the
yeah,
general, dude. Mrs. Are you shitting me?
The General just runs into the arena and doesn't stop and just sprints towards Mrs. Butterworth bottle sitting in the arena.
He's disciplined.
The bottle begins to shake and rattle. The top bursts open and syrup shoots out like a genie coming out of a bottle. The syrup engulfs the bottle and takes form of Mrs. Buttersworth. Just as the General reaches her and leaps with his hands out towards the bottle floating in the syrup like a heart, but once he enters the syrup, his whole body is engulfed by it and he's stuck and suspended in the syrup. Mrs. Buttersworth laughs, knowing that she's bound to win. However, the General then forces his mouth open and begins to suck syrup in, and with each gulp he pulls the bottle closer to him, and eventually reaching his mouth when he bites the bottle. Mrs. Buttersworth screeches, what?
Are we muted?
That's in Discord.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I was just
It's good to check.
It's good to ask in. Mrs. Buttersworth screeches in pain and blasts him out of her chest, shooting him across the arena. "I will destroy you, little human," shouts Mrs. Buttersworth. The General just smiles, laying in syrup as he holds a pin of a grenade up in his hand in the air. What? Mrs. Buttersworth looks down to see a grenade in her chest and then explodes. So, like, when he was being forced out, he, lit a grenade there and pulled the pin out.
What about his 4 guns?
It would be not effective against syrup, and he knew that.
He just shot the
He's
bottle.
smart. That's why he's a general.
You know, you're right. You're right.
He's got 5
The guns will come out later, I'm sure.
They will. All right, now for our first fucking semifinal match. Who's excited?
Tiger.
Accurately.
Yeah, you got all the round of 8 right. Bless you.
Yeah, I did it.
You did it. And I'll reveal all that kind of nonsense at the
Yeah,
end.
because we're doing points, right?
Yep. So we got Tony the Tiger versus the California Raisins. All right. The Raisins are doing their standard warm-up routine when Tony the Tiger walks out gloriously. He looks at the Raisins and says, "Delicious, delicious." The head raisin clears his throat and begins to hum. The others join in and they burst into a paralyzing harmony. Tony flexes his muscles and deflecting the sound waves back at the raisins, paralyzing them for an instant, stopping the harmony. In that instance, Tony leaps at the raisins. The raisins dodge out of the way except for one, who's caught by Tony, who throws the raisin so hard he busts through one wall of the arena, wraps around the globe through the other side of the arena where he's caught back by Tony's other hand, and Tony eats him. Yummy, says, well, no, he threw him so hard. So he goes out one side of the arena, goes along the other side of the earth, and then comes back in the other side.
Really?
He catches him and then eats him.
That's crazy. I feel bad for the raisin, but that's too cool to not have that happen.
Yeah. Yummy, says Tony. The raisins, with no remorse for their fallen ally, start to rhythmically beat on the ground, causing the sand beneath Tony to vibrate and loosen. Tony quickly sinks into it and tries to fight, but just can't free himself. The raisins stop pounding, solidifying the ground around Tony, imprisoning him. The raisins slowly approach Tony while he struggles in the ground. The raisins pull out some knives as they approach Tony. Once close enough, Tony is able to lash out his tongue around one of the raisins and pull him back into his mouth. He tries once more, but the lead raisin reacts quick enough and slices it off. Tony is shocked but not sure of what to do now. The final two raisins take their knives to the throat of Tony the Tiger and start to cut his head off. But instead of blood, oil rushes out of Tony's neck. His head blasts off, taking out one of the raisins with it. And from the hole of Tony's neck emerges a very small and scrawny Tony the Tiger. He grabs a knife off the ground and squares up to the remaining raisin. They circle each other, waiting for the other to strike first, but simultaneously they charge, dodging each other's initial attack and then swinging at the counter, their blades slashing and catching in a clink. They go back and forth, two equal foes struggling for any small advantage, when suddenly the raisin's blade enters Tony's stomach. Tony holds the raisin's hand on the blade, keeping him close enough to stab in the eye. Tony the Tiger wins.
So the reveal here is that a smaller Tony the Tiger was piloting this Tony the Tiger like a mech suit?
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Tony the Tiger won with 1 HP in this match.
Really?
It was fucking close.
It was that close?
Yeah.
Did I say that
Holy
the
shit.
the raisins to win?
Do you want me to check?
Unfortunately, yeah.
You had... no, you had Tony winning.
Okay.
It was fucking that close? Shit.
Tony
insane.
versus the Raisins. Yeah, round 12.
Jeez.
I mean, he was 1 HP since round 10, and then he got some pretty lucky rolls.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, next semifinal. Captain Morgan versus the General, our two most highly ranked, in terms of military officials.
Yeah.
A captain and a general.
Yeah.
Yep.
We also Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The captain and General Morgan just stare at the General and Captain Morgan just stare at each other from across the arena.
General Morgan.
The General inhales and exhales to center himself. He throws 3 ninja stars at Captain Morgan and sprints towards him. Captain Morgan dodges 2 and catches the 3rd and throws it back at the General, who just lowers his head and the ninja star sticks into his helmet as he charges forward. The General leaps into the air and pulls out his dual Desert Eagles and starts popping shots at Captain Morgan. He just takes them in the chest, letting the bullets hit him and showing no indication of pain. He waits for the General to be close enough, and then he strikes with his 2 pirate swords. The General dodges one of the blades, but the second catches him in the arm, fully removing it. The General falls to the ground, now armless. Captain Morgan slowly walks towards the General, who quickly gets back to his feet and shoots the remaining Desert Eagle he has left. Captain Morgan swiftly dodges the bullets. The General empties his clip and tries to reload, but can't with one hand. Captain Morgan reaches the struggling General and chops his one arm clean off. The General looks up, falls to his knees, and Captain Morgan puts his blunderbuss to his head and explodes it into a mist of red.
Yup.
This one wasn't pretty close. Just kind of a beat down from Captain Morgan.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I think Captain Morgan hit on every roll or something like that.
Oh, shit. So you just got lucky as fuck.
Yeah. And for our grand finale, I wrote 5 pages for this. This went for too long.
You wrote 5 pages?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do 1 page.
Yeah, and then I started writing this.
All right.
And it's not even that great either. I just wasn't sure what to do. Oh no, Drew Levine.
What?
Whatever. Drew's ruining it.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
I did.
I genuinely didn't see it. I was too.
Okay, that's
my
fine.
nose is all.
I saw exactly what all the point totals were.
I want some nose blowing ASMR.
The arena is empty when a voice comes up. Oh, and I imagine in the way in my mind I write this, it looks like an anime. So when I say the arena is empty, now we get a whole bunch of B-roll that kind of reveals a little bit more of the arena that we haven't seen. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, the arena itself is this massive fucking dome-like thing, but at the base of the dome is 20 feet tall, patchwork steel siding, and then up from there is just steel girder scaffolding that makes the dome and stuff. And I imagine there's little kind of amorphous blob with faces and hard hats or tools to indicate their jobs and stuff, and they're the caretakers of the arena and stuff. So during this B-roll, we maybe catch a glimpse of them or two, but they quickly see that we're looking at them and they scurry off. That's just how I see it. Ahem! A voice comes over the arena. Our two competitors, Tony the Tiger and Captain Morgan, out of sheer respect for each other, have agreed to a bare-knuckle boxing cage match. Please put your hands together and turn your attention to the center of the arena. The lights in the arena go off. Then two beams of light shoot up from the center of the arena, with Tony the Tiger and Captain Morgan in the center of them, as a cage descends from the heavens and just fucking booms around. I don't know what that word I wrote right there was. Descends above them, that's what it is. A very small man, no more than a few inches, rides a old school boxing microphone into the little cage. The little man, dressed very nicely, clears his throat and speaks up a booming, "Are you ready to rumble?" It shakes the arena and fans go wild as the main lights turn back on, revealing a large crowd surrounding the cage in the arena. Excuse me. The little man cuts through the noise with, "In the black and orange striped shirt, standing at 7 feet tall, 510 pounds, and recently revealed to be a robot controlled by a smaller version of himself, Tony the Tiger!" Tony reaches into the sand beneath his feet and rubs them into his hands before doing the thing LeBron James does with the powder and throws it up into the air. The crowd goes wild. Then the little man chimes in again. I need some water.
You thirsty?
Mm-hmm.
You a thirsty boy?
I'm a very thirsty boy. And in the red shorts, standing at 6'6", weighing in at 210 pounds, and an erection most would call truly inspirational, Captain Morgan. Yeah, I kind of just bumped up his stats.
Fuck yeah,
trying
dude.
to go up against like a
Captain Morgan's 6'6" now.
Captain Morgan slumps off his pirate coat with just his shoulders, like that boxers do, because it's just like on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he slumps off his shoulders. Then his pirate crew atop the cage rips open a barrel of rum and dumps it on him. And he rubs the rum into his hair and then turns towards the crowd and starts going, "Woo, woo, 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 woo," and the crowd does it back to him. I'm trying to build up almost like a kind of a frat boy-esque persona for
Yeah.
Pumping his fist, and the crowd does it back. Captain Morgan turns back towards Tony the Tiger. They meet eyes and walk towards the center of the arena, center of the cage, where they meet with the little man, and the little man talks right to them. "All right, boys, this is a death match, so good luck." He then zips back up into the sky, riding the mic. Tony and Captain Morgan fist bump, then a bell rings to start the match. We're 2 pages in, and the match is just starting, by the way. They both raise their fists and square up. Tony's the first to strike with a quick jab straight at Captain Morgan, who dips to the left. Tony notes this reaction. He goes for the same jab, expecting the dodge, and plans for a counter with his left, but Captain Morgan catches the jab with his hand and uppercuts to Tony's elbow, breaking it. Tony pushes back and then resets his elbow. Captain Morgan presses forward, firing jab combos to force Tony the Tiger to dodge and footwork back until his back is against the cage. Here, Tony tanks some body shots as he presses one foot against the cage and uses it to launch himself, putting his shoulder into Captain Morgan's chest and tackling him to the ground. Tony quickly puts his knees on Captain Morgan's chest, pinning him as he begins to bash Captain Morgan's face. A smile comes over Captain Morgan's bloody face as he reaches up and catches a sword dropped into the cage by one of his crew members. In one fell swoop, Captain Morgan takes an arm off of Tony the Tiger. Hot oil sprays on Captain Morgan as he forces Tony off him. They then take a moment to stand up and square off against each other. Tony reaches in with his hand into his armhole, reaches into his arm deep inside of his arm, that's not the way that should be written, and pulls out a badass electrified katana. They circle each other. An armless Tony the Tiger, wielding an irradiating blade of electricity, slashes at Captain Morgan, who meets it with his blade of his own, and electricity zipping through Captain Morgan. The electricity The electricity flows through him, seeming to bring new life into him as the lightning reaches his hair, lighting the rum on fire and just giving him like a hair fire,
Sick.
Captain Morgan laughs and reaches back into his hair, lighting his hand on fire, and then he burps into his on fire hand to then create like a flamethrower. This then sets, expecting this to distract Tony, Captain Morgan leashes at the fully ablaze Tony the Tiger, but it doesn't bother him. Quickly countering, Captain Morgan attacks with a few slashing. Okay.
Should just type this shit out.
I really should.
Yeah.
I hate typing though. Fully ablaze, the Tony the Tiger doesn't bother him, and he quickly is counter. Essentially, a few things here. Captain Morgan attacks. Tony the Tiger doesn't mind, and it gets a few counterattacks into Captain Morgan, leaving him a few slashes across the chests. Captain Morgan then jumps back. Where am I? Captain Morgan jumps back and reaches down into his chest, touching his wounds and tasting his blood. He looks up as the fire dies on Tony the Tiger, revealing a perfectly chromed Tony the Tiger. Captain Morgan whistles as his crew drops a blunderbuss. Captain Morgan catches and fires a blast, and a few dozen holes enter the metal exterior of Tony. A loud yowl can be heard from the inside of Tony. He must be hit, thinks Captain Morgan. He goes to fire again, but Tony has already started charging towards Captain Morgan and slices the blunderbuss into two. Captain tries to pierce the chest of Tony the Tiger with his sword, but each attack Captain Morgan lands more slashes. Each attack from Captain Morgan, more slashes from Tony the Tiger go on to Captain Morgan. To the arm, disabling it. But this is getting really long, and I don't think I can't think of more shit. So just as Tony winds up for one final blow against Captain Morgan, he stops, seemingly frozen. Captain Morgan notices and thinks the little tiny guy must have finally bled out. And then so he just cuts into him, pulls out the carcass of little Tony, throws him aside. Captain Morgan wins.
Oh shit! Yeah, you need to type that shit out.
Yeah, and I should write them and then maybe edit them.
Yeah.
Sure. I think that was a real fun story.
Thank you.
That was real fun.
All right.
Did I guess 100% correctly?
No.
Oh shit.
Next slide. So
I got the Pride Month bonus. Let's go.
yeah, we got the Pride Month bonus. So Abby's still in first place, in a sole first place this time with 16 points. You guessed all of the rounds of 8 right, all of the quarterfinals right, but you thought Tony the Tiger would win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quinn guessed the least amount right.
Yep.
You got 2 out of the round of 8.
I wanted the B to win.
Finals, but you got the final right, and Drew got the final right. Then Drew got 3 out of the 4 round of 8s, and then both of the semis.
Nice.
So yeah. All right. Now for the fun stuff. Now for what I'm excited for.
Hard hitters.
Some hard hitters, as I was saying.
Oh,
And you gotta be ready to do your vibe check.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get fucking to it. Number 1.
Number 2.
Oh, I like the Morton Salt girl. I don't think she's gonna be strong at all. And she's also horrible at keeping salt. Why is she dumping all the salt out behind her?
Yeah, that's bad. It's illegal to salt the earth. Crime.
That true?
Yeah. Salt the farm field here in Lori.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
She's cool. I think she gets maybe style points, but besides that, not much more.
I do love this logo.
Yeah. Oh, she's classic. She's really cool. I like her little Mary Janes.
I mean, she's got to be weak as hell, right?
Yeah.
Like she's younger than Wendy.
Can you pull up the yes.
Oh, the stat ranges.
Oh, but yeah, she's probably like 7 or 8 years old, right?
Yeah, she's got like 10 HP.
20 HP.
20.
I feel like 10's really low.
She's a child.
How about 15?
Come on.
Sure, man. Sure.
Let's go down the middle. Give her 15.
15 HP.
Yeah.
Yes.
8
5.
Oh my god, dude.
You
What?
clearly think this is just a child in the arena. All right.
Well,
Hey, that's
she
fine.
has an umbrella.
No EVs. Agility.
Really, not even an EV. You guys are heartless.
Dude, you're throwing a little girl into an arena full of robot tigers, dude. Like, what do you want?
Between AC and EV again, what are those?
EV is so when someone's attacking, they have to beat your AC number, like with a D20 to be able to deal damage to you. If you have an EV and someone beats your AC, you have a chance to roll your own to beat their roll.
Yeah. You don't think she should get a dodge? I think she should get a little something.
You want to give her a dodge?
Sure.
Just one.
Sure.
I mean, she is a child. I feel like she's small and nimble.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone might rethink maybe a hit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Agility?
What's this scale?
I mean, I guess she wouldn't be like that slow. Like a 12.
Is this the 1 to 18 range that we're doing?
Agility? No, agility can be 20.
Yeah.
No, I feel like 12 is reasonable.
Yeah. Weapon, salt.
Yeah.
1d4 salt damage.
1d4?
I don't know, dude.
1d4, I like.
Yeah, give her whatever stats you want. If I was picking the stats, it'd be 10 HP, 5 AC, 0 EV, 10 agility, salt.
What about like
1d4
salt in the
damage.
wound though? Wouldn't that be like a fun little?
Yeah, but where's she gonna
How's
get
she
the
gonna
wound?
cause the wound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could like blind someone by like throwing salt in their eyes.
Yeah, that's true.
She deals 1d6 if she dealt damage on the prior attack.
She constantly keeps scaling up her die.
No, I don't think it scales up. I just think she deals extra
She goes
damage.
from 1d6 to 1d4 to 1d6.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
1d6.
We'll see if I remember that. It probably won't matter, dude. She's going down so fast.
Yeah, she's got to. Unfortunately.
She's got to be the bottom seed of this bracket. Someone's got to be the bottom
There are
seed.
your scales.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, number 2.
What is it? Up?
Alienware alien.
Oh.
I don't know anything about
I don't
this
know
guy.
who this Alienware alien is.
I will say,
So
he was the last guy I added to the bracket because I couldn't think of.
So Fred Flintstone won't be allowed in here, but the Alienware alien, who is not even a mascot, just
fucking care.
a logo,
Stats. Fuck you.
100 HP, 50,000 AC. I don't know, dude.
He does seem like
Okay.
he'd probably
He
be
also
strong.
sucks.
Let's just operate under standard, like,
He's
gray
like the
alien
lamest
rules.
alien.
But like he's also what? He's software? Is he smart?
He's
Is he a robot?
Hardware.
You gonna call him like a cyborg
You gotta figure
alien?
that out.
He's shitty hardware, is what he is.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he's. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say about him because I don't know anything about the Alienware alien.
All right,
I think it could go any way.
Yeah.
Because we got some good guys.
you can call him like a cyborg alien. He's probably got some scary weapons. I mean, aliens got that advanced technology.
Doesn't work well though.
Well, he's an alien, Drew. He's on an Alienware computer.
All right.
He's the
Like, he's
Alienware
repping
alien.
Alienware.
That's true.
HP,
Yeah, does he only use
35?
sponsored weapons? He break down after every hit.
AC.
He's made out of metal. Probably pretty high. 15.
I was gonna say like 14.
Okay. That'll be 14. EV.
No.
Ah.
Agility.
10.
Sure.
I don't think he's anything too special.
Weapon.
Ray gun.
We'll do.
Alienware ray gun.
Classic.
We'll
Yeah.
do poor performing.
Yeah. Alienware overpriced ray gun. Sponsored ray gun.
This is glowing.
Yeah, it has LEDs.
Damage.
1d10.
Sure.
And no specials.
Oh.
All right. Easy. Don't even need to worry about him now. Just totally forget about we had the Alienware alien in this tournament.
Number 2.
Number 2.
The Michelin Man.
This guy's cool.
This is who the Pillsbury Doughboy wishes he was.
Yeah.
Right.
And like, is he made out of like white tire?
He's
what is he?
marshmallow, right?
No, he's got a tire
rubber
around him.
is
Like
white.
he's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like he's sturdy. He's sturdy.
He is probably sturdy.
You think he's got a high HP?
I think he's got a high HP.
Yeah.
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 He seems like a real durable guy. I don't think he's gonna be like quick, but I think he's gonna be real
Probably
hard
has
to get.
low to medium HP, but a high AC.
Yeah, I think medium HP, high
I was
AC.
almost thinking the other way around because I feel like you can really fuck up tires, but like they can like
That's
take
true.
some damage.
It depends on what you're using though. Like with a hammer, you're not gonna be able to hurt him. With a knife, you can hurt him.
If only there were damage types incorporated into this.
All right, let's go back through and start from the beginning, and let's incorporate damage types.
So for HP,
My HP.
give me a number, Abby.
60?
Sure.
Is that
Big HP? All right.
is that fine?
He's a big guy.
I feel like yeah.
And then AC. Gotta try to balance to be a little lower.
Yeah. 6?
That's
Is that
real.
bad?
That's real low.
Let's say 9. Is that too?
How do you guys feel about 9?
I'm thinking more like 10. I mean, you have to account for like some attacks not being effective and some attacks like being very effective. And I think
Yeah.
instead of incorporating damage types, we just sort of like average out the AC.
Sure. No EVs probably.
No.
Agility.
Maybe a little slow, right?
Is this
Like
like,
an
an 8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weapon. Tires. That's
Tires,
just
just
throw
chucks
them.
tires. So that's gotta fucking hurt
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And damage. So damage.
At least 2d6, I'm thinking.
We do 2d8. Is that too much?
Yeah.
I like 2d8.
You ever have a
fairly
fucking tire
manageable.
thrown at your head, dude? That's
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine that's 2d8 worth of damage.
No specials. Although I will say, I know why. Do you guys know why restaurants get Michelin stars?
The company that made the Michelin Man established that organization, maybe?
Well, yeah. So it is from the car company. And
Yeah.
It's because it's a rating of how far out of your way when you're traveling you should go to see this restaurant. So like a 5-star Michelin restaurant is like you should plan your trip around going to this place. 4 stars is if like you're within like 100 miles of this restaurant while traveling, you should check it out. 3 stars is like 50, and 2 stars
Sure,
is like
sure.
if you're in the city or whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, number 2.
Number 2.
Affleck, Doug. This guy's annoying as fuck. But also, I feel like he's a fighter. Something about ducks, something about their little razor teeth and their little toes.
He's not a goose. They do have
Yeah.
corkscrew penises.
Scary. I've had a duck poop on me one time. I have an issue with ducks.
Damn.
Yeah, I was on a field trip and I had to like wash my shirt in a basin and my mom was trying to help me and then
Duck
getting in the
trauma.
car. It was like hot and so the whole car smelled like duck shit. So yeah, I don't like ducks.
Damn. Have you ever eaten duck just to get revenge?
I don't think I have.
You should try eating duck.
I
It'll make you
should.
feel better.
But I also like I don't want to hurt ducks. I just don't want to be around them, I think. That's my way around my duck issue.
I like ducks, but not this duck.
This duck sucks.
Very powerful duck.
Affleck. I mean,
He sucks, but he's a very powerful duck.
is he?
Okay.
Are we thinking he's powerful?
I
But
think
for a
he's-
duck, yeah.
For a duck,
for a
sure.
duck, sure, but for
I mean, the grand
everyone
scheme
else, no.
Power, no. But
He is
for a
probably-
duck,
He's probably the most powerful
He's one-
duck.
yeah,
he's
he's
probably
definitely-
the king of the ducks.
But does that mean he's powerful?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
well, that's the
Daffy
question:
Duck.
is he
The
more
king
powerful
of the-
than Daffy Duck?
Yeah.
Daffy Duck is
Probably
seemingly
not.
indestructible.
yeah.
All right, let's give this company stats.
HP 30.
30?
Like
Okay.
it.
He's definitely more powerful than Donald Duck.
AC.
He can fly, right? I feel like we should
Yeah,
give
but
him
that's
some
with the
EVs and like lower AC, because he is just a fucking duck, you know.
AC at like 8. He's
Sure.
just a fucking duck.
Which is, I think, generous.
And then maybe 2 EV.
2 EV.
Yeah.
And then agility.
Ducks aren't
does
the
waddle.
most.
Give
they're
him
not
a
the most
9.
agile birds.
I feel like
I feel like
that's
somebody,
low-balling.
but somebody can get 2 hits off of him.
Someone with 18? We haven't.
I don't know.
Yet.
I mean, ducks aren't the most agile, but well, okay, sure, 9, sure. Weapon. Do we go with the beak or his annoying ass voice? Psychic
his voice.
damage.
His
Yeah.
voice. He just speaks to
Affleck.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
He like hypnotizes you
Damage.
with how annoying he is.
Damage.
1d8 annoying damage.
And no specials.
Yeah.
All right, number 2.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Jesus
Okay, this is
Oh, son.
yeah, this is a whole sun, and he also has 2 metal scoops full of raisins.
Then they're all California raisins.
Yeah, that's the bodies of his past victims.
Oh my fucking god! I mean, the sun has to be the top seed of this
Oh, absolutely.
bracket, right?
I think
he's a
that-
fucking
Nah, this guy
sun.
sucks.
When we
Are you? He's a
we were
sun,
talking
Drew.
about like who would maybe be like the best mascot. This is like the first one that comes to mind. He's a sun. He's an
He's a
entire
sun.
He
sun.
doesn't have any competitive spirit. He doesn't
Drew,
have
he's
a,
a sun.
He doesn't have a
He doesn't need
competitive
competitive
bone
spirit.
in his
If
body.
he's put in the arena with another competitor, the competitor will
Crisp.
die by proximity.
Yeah.
Like-
We're saying he's an actual scientific son.
Yeah.
He gives me the vibes from the one night guy from Seven Deadly Sins who like gets his power from the sun.
Escanor.
Yeah.
I think?
Doesn't
Yeah.
remind me of Escanor at all.
I mean, just they're sun guys. They're just some sun
Well,
guys.
he's like super strong, but like he's like so powerful he doesn't even care.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Cause I don't think he's got like a lot of malice in him, but I think he's just strong.
I don't think we're calling him like a full sun.
Yeah,
But he's still sun. He's still sun adjacent.
Yeah.
You know, he's not like the size of a million Earths or anything.
even if he's like a little star or something.
But he's still probably hot as shit.
Yeah.
He probably still does a bunch of damage.
Uh-huh.
So HP though.
That's got to be high.
Yeah, probably
Can we
high.
say-
Max.
Can we?
Yeah, should we just make this guy
Max.
overpowered?
75.
AC.
I think he doesn't have a lot of AC. I think he has high HP and a lot of damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think AC like 8 maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, he is like flying around. He doesn't have feet. I imagine he just like sort of hovers around the arena. So
Yeah.
it might be kind of hard to hit him.
Oh, I think it's got to be really hard to hit him because like he's up in the sky, right?
Yeah.
He's 75. We need to balance it a little bit. Unless you
But-
don't want to. Unless you just literally.
I kinda
want
don't
him to
give
be
a shit.
silly, man.
Yeah.
EV.
I don't think he should get one.
No.
Agility though.
We have to think
Suns
about
don't move too quick.
we have to think about how he attacks. Yeah,
Does
I
he
think
just throw
I think he has a
debris?
low agility and he's going to do a shit ton of damage.
He's got to do.
We could also do like he does very little attacking damage, but he has like when you attack him, you also take damage.
That's interesting. I think he
'cause you
does.
gotta get close
Yeah,
to
what
him,
if
maybe.
what if
Yeah.
what if we give him an agility of 5?
Okay.
We give him 2d12 damage. And every time he's attacked, you take either like a d10 or a d12 of damage.
GG12.
I don't know. I mean, thoughts?
Maybe we go.
We can balance that
you
out.
Take a D8 of damage.
That's
D8?
still crazy.
It's
Yeah.
still crazy, but I
You're-
feel like that's a little bit more
You're
moderate.
hitting the sun.
Yeah.
How about we specify if it's a melee
It's
attack?
not the sun. It's the Raisin Brand
It's a
mascot.
sun.
But he's
It's
a Raisin
sun,
Brand
Drew.
sun.
It's a sun.
I think
He
you're
has
being
sun
overpowered
powers.
here. Canonically, he is a sun.
He is a sun, Drew.
Okay, so 2d12 when he's attacking.
And he's so charming
And then
too.
8
One-
return damage.
If the attack is melee. Like if we have a character that explicitly uses like guns or some shit, like the general as an example, then it makes sense for him to not take that damage. But most characters are doing melee.
Or like
The Michelin man throwing tires would probably not be taking that damage.
Yeah. Nor would the Affleck duck.
The Affleck. Oh yeah, that's true.
Because he uses singing.
Yeah, that's true.
The Alienware alien uses a ray gun, and Morton Salt Girl uses salt.
So none
That's
of
true.
them-
So none of the
none of
people
them.
in this bracket.
I don't like that.
Well, we'll get.
If he goes on to a new bracket though.
And also, we'll get into the next guy because we'll see how he might be attacking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's that.
Oh, I saw who this is.
Who is it?
There's a reason I was really excited about this bracket.
Yeah.
This bracket's got some hitters.
Joel
Joe
Camel.
Camel.
Joe Camp. Wait, from Cigarettes?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Camel cigarette guy. This guy is cool. He's timeless. Somehow, Camel is still something that people buy. Not as much as Newports, but still. People buy Camel, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with this guy, Joe Camel. He's so suave. He's a whole ass camel. And he like inspired so many people to smoke cigarettes.
He does have a camel with he has a camel with human hands.
Yeah.
Which is very strange.
But like not all 5 fingers. He has 4 fingers.
That's
which is
true.
odd.
Joe Camel is on. He's 100% the highest paid player on the team, and he scores the least amount of goals. That's the type of vibe this guy is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just there for his image.
Uh-huh. And don't get me wrong, it is a good image, but
Okay.
yeah.
And then, all right, so HP.
Human camel.
It's like 45.
Human camel hybrid. He smokes,
Yeah.
so he's probably not the healthiest.
But
right?
he's been
Not
smoking for
very
how
good
long?
on paper.
He's not the healthiest, right? So like 40.
I'll do 40. AC,
Like average. He's wearing a suit, you know?
so 10.
Sure.
Yeah.
No EVs.
No
Too
EVs.
busy smoking.
Agility.
He's a camel.
He's a camel. Camels
9.
Camels aren't notoriously fast.
All right.
Yeah.
Weapon. How does he attack?
Cigarettes.
Cancer.
Yeah, it's cancer. It's lung cancer. Is his.
So you like
Secondhand smoke.
Secondhand smoke, yeah. Secondhand smoke.
still another ranged attacker.
Just
Yeah.
just nicotine poisoning.
So damage then.
1d12.
Okay.
I have a thought here since we're doing like a cancer thing. It could be 1d4, but it keeps stacking. So like on the first hit, it's only 1d4, but on the second hit, it's 2d4. On the third,
We could do
hit,
that.
it's
That's kinda funny.
3d4.
Yeah.
That's
I
kinda
like
funny.
that. That's good.
We'll do X.
And we know his name is Joe.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That makes a
Joe
difference.
Camel.
That makes a difference.
Number 2.
Number 2.
The Energizer Bunny.
I feel like the Energizer
Yeah.
Bunny's making a comeback. I feel like in the way that the Aflac Duck is annoying in a bad way, the Energizer Bunny's kind of annoying in a good way. I feel like he's too good-spirited. He doesn't talk at all, so he's not going to be annoying. He does have that drum.
Bang on a drum constantly.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
But
wouldn't
it's
even know if he's talking.
is that how he talks? How does he communicate? Does he have a
Banging on the drum.
He probably communicates via like Morse code with the drum, right?
Yeah. Non-speaking Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
I think he's cool. I like the Energizer Bunny. I don't feel like this is like another one again. Like I don't know that he's gonna be the strongest, but I feel like he's got to last a really long time, right? Like that's his whole thing.
That's true.
But he himself, his weakness, he's got such an obvious weakness.
The
He
battery.
just pulled the battery out of his
Pull the
leg and he's
battery
done.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, he's like
But I
he's like
never
a Zelda
realized he
boss with
had
a big red
battery on
dot.
him.
Yeah, he's a mechanical.
So we could do 10 HP, like 18 AC or something.
That's tough for him. 10 HP.
I feel like 10's a little low.
But yeah, I'm trying to go along with that theme. But you see what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Yeah.
We could do.
He's got one weakness, so you can't really take a lot of hits, but maybe he's hard to hit.
What about 20 HP, 18
Yeah.
AC?
EVs?
Nah.
One?
You think?
He's kind of agile.
Yeah.
Is he agile?
I mean, he's quick. He's charged with a battery.
He's a
so
bunny and with batteries. In
Yeah.
him, so
Yeah. Okay.
Agility.
All I'm saying is 1 EV with 18 AC is going to make him almost unhittable.
That's a really.
No.
Or I guess, wait, hold on. The way EVs work...
Yeah.
No, I guess,
Because you
I
have
guess
to-
that's fine, because you'd have to roll above an 18.
And crits, and with the way we did crits, you can now. Crits will hit, but you can dodge the double damage on a crit if you do your
Right.
EV.
So I guess we can give him an EV. Because he'd have to roll like crazy too to avoid
Yes.
the attack.
Yeah.
All right. So agility.
You guys think he's agile? I mean, I feel like doesn't he like slowly lumber around with his drum, just sort of?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Energizer Bunny is not a bunny. He's like a toy.
Yeah. He's a toy bunny.
So Drew, give me an agility for him.
And agility, probably like 8. Like he really isn't that.
8. Yeah.
Weapon. Does he beat
a
you
good
with his
question.
drum, or is it more of an audio effect?
Or maybe like hypnosis.
I don't think he's an audio guy.
I don't know.
I think he literally just smacks you with his little.
Mallets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damage.
I'll let you decide. How hard do you think those mallets are?
I feel like they're hard enough that they haven't broken after the years and years of him using them to hit that drum. But I don't know. 1d8.
Sure. He's got 2 mallets
He's
though.
got
We can
two
do.
mallets.
We can do a 2d4.
Yeah.
2d4 is good.
Okay. No specials. I'm really excited about this number 2. This might be my most excited.
Number 2.
The VLC code.
What is VLC? I thought. Okay, I think we have to
Alright.
add another
What?
clause at some point.
What's he
That-
gonna
It's not
do?
even. This is
This
a
is-
logo.
How's this a mascot?
It's a. I don't know. I thought it'd be fun. I thought you guys would be more excited about this.
It's very, very fucking funny.
Yeah.
I think this cone is just
You want to
a
stat it
construction
then?
cone.
Like.
High HP, high AC, no damage.
No damage. Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He's a cone.
He's a cone.
He's a safety.
Hoping you crit
Is he-
fails and kills
Yeah.
Is he sentient?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's sentient at all.
think
I
he's
think
a
he's just a
cone.
cone.
I don't think he's even a he. I think it's an it.
I think so.
It's a cone.
I think that's
Well, I did
correct.
My boy dirty. Okay.
Dude, you're so excited. Bro. Okay, give me your mental image of what this cone was gonna
No,
be.
I thought you guys might try and.
This
do
guy
some,
makes it in the
like-
March Madness, and people were like, "What the fuck was the NCAA thinking about this one?"
Give me your pitch for the cone's attack.
I don't know. I really didn't. That's why I was like, oh, this
You
would be
just saw
fun to
VLC
throw to the
cone.
group. See what you guys come up with. But I'm not gonna defend it. If you guys
Yeah.
want to do a shit cone, that's fine.
He kind of just is a shit cone, though, isn't he?
He's a cone.
I think he's surprisingly Morton Salt Girl is not the bottom. I think this cone is.
He's a cone.
And
I
it's
hate
kind
to
of like
say it.
not
If
that.
you had put a PNG of a gun, just photoshopped into this image, this would have gone differently.
Yeah.
But right now, it's just,
just
a
a
cone.
cone.
Cone with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what it was, VLC cone with a gun, this would be a different conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with just he has like a decent amount of HP or whatever, and like no AC,
Yeah, he has no AC.
no EV.
You can just
He
hit
has
him
an
for
agility
free.
of 10, but his special is like, I don't know, crits. Crit fails
Crits?
are more often or something.
I don't. The question we have to ask ourselves is, can he do damage? Because if he cannot, it doesn't really matter what other stats he has.
I feel like the only way he can win is if he has some way to screw over another character, which would be something like crit failures are more common when you're fighting him or something.
Yeah, for characters that like only kill on crits, well, they're all dead though. They're all out of the running.
No, I'm just saying crit failures
Like
against
maybe like
him.
1 through 5
Like,
are like critical
yeah.
failures.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
1
you,
through
like, hurt
5 are
yourself?
critical. Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Like the only way to lose to him is
Okay.
if you screw
Yeah,
up.
here's an idea. 75 HP,
Okay.
0 AC,
Okay.
0 EV.
Okay.
Agility doesn't matter. Well, no, it does, because no, it doesn't matter. Uh,
Well, I was
Or
just saying
10.
greater than 10, so he doesn't get
Sure.
get two hits off.
well, it doesn't matter because he's not going to get any hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll do 9. So he's always slower, but no one's gonna beat him.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is
Weapons,
because
none.
weapons none, damage none, specials. So what do you think? Like critical failure on like 1, 2, or 3, and then like if they crit fail, they deal damage to themselves.
Let's say, okay, 1, 2, and 3 are crit fails, but it's a double damage crit fail.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's very funny.
You just trip over the cone.
Yeah. You trip over the cone, or like you try to hit it and it just like bounces back and hits you.
Yeah.
It would be crazy if this cone wins.
I'm gonna be pissed if this cone wins. Yeah. Sure.
Alright,
Solid.
and then after this, now we need to do the seeding.
I think
Cone
a tough one to
dead
seed.
last. Yeah.
You're putting cone in last?
Can I tell
Sure.
you guys what I thought the rankings would be? Because I did just a guess to see how you guys would do it. I was
Sure.
expecting Raisin Bran Sun to be number 1 seed.
Yep.
I was expecting the VLC cone to be number 2 seed.
Really?
Joe Campbell to be 3, Michelin Man to be 4, Energizer Bunny to be 5, Alienware to be 6, Salt Girl 7, and Aflac Duck 8.
Kind of close. Kind of close in a lot of aspects.
All right.
Drew, can you go back and just like go to the slide preview so we can just see them all at the same time?
I mean, yeah, I guess I
I
can.
might get spoiled. Maybe?
I don't think so with the amount of slides that'll be shown. Yeah, like that.
Raisin Bran
We
Sun
can see most
has
of them.
got to be number 1. Yeah.
Yes.
Like-
Raisin
Yeah.
Bran Sun's number
Nobody's
one.
better
Yes.
than Raisin Bran Sun.
It's got to be Raisin Bran Sun, and then
Michelin
Michelin
Man?
Man 2,
Yeah.
Joe Campbell.
and then
3.
everybody else.
Yeah, I think Joe Campbell's number 3.
Yeah. Energizer Bunny 4.
Sure.
Energizer Bunny.
Sure, yeah.
Drew, you can like drag them up.
Let's
I mean,
see.
he only has 2d4 damage.
Alienware Alien or Aflac Duck next?
I don't know if I can. I only have view only. Yeah.
I mean, this is fine. Or are you trying to
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
it for you guys.
Yep, like that. Alien. Where Alien?
Michelin
4th,
Man.
maybe?
Do we really? Okay, so my question is:
Or-
Is Joe Camel actually stronger than the Energizer Bunny?
I think so because like each round he gets a lot
Okay,
more
yeah.
damage.
True.
Yeah, that's
I feel like that's gonna help.
the only
a
real
lot.
argument.
That's on a successful tax as damage goes up.
Maybe Energizer Bunny is above then. He's
But
fucking hard
I
to
think
hit.
that one is close.
Yeah.
Alienware Alien. Sure.
Alien is also pretty decent.
Yeah.
Then is it Aflac?
Then Aflac, then
Morton.
Morton, then Cone. The Cone's the underdog, dude.
Yeah.
Imagine the Cone winning against the
I'd
Sun.
be so upset if the Cone won.
So we have the Sun, Michelin Man, Joe Camel, Energizer Bunny, Alienware, Aflac Duck, Morton Salt Girl, and V.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the
Raisin
Raisin Bran Sun win.
So it'd be Raisin Bran versus
Cone.
Cone.
Both have an HP of 75,
Yeah.
so that's
I think
gonna be annoying.
statistically it's almost impossible for the Cone to win
I
that.
feel like yeah.
It would be insane for the Cone to win that.
Yeah.
But does Raisin Bran take its own thorns damage?
No.
That's for a decision for me to decide later. Probably not.
Who's everybody rooting for in this section?
I mean the
Probably just
Sun.
Michelin Man.
Yeah, the Sun
George
is
just
a
doesn't
Michelin
like
man.
the Raisin Bran Sun.
Yeah, he
huh?
really hates that Sun, but that's a fucking Sun right there, dude.
I mean, I just don't. I mean, he's got the body for it, but like that's not the only thing that takes you in the league. You know what I'm saying? He's got the big body, but like
He
you
doesn't
know,
have the motivation.
he
got
doesn't
those
have the hand. Yeah, the
scoops.
hand placements, the first step, the you know.
He doesn't need that though. He's a son.
He's a sun, though. But he's a celestial body. His body is doing nuclear fusion in a small arena. I mean...
All right. So now let's do your guys' predictions. In the first round of 8.
Sun.
Son.
Okay. You're all saying Sun?
Yep.
Okay. Honestly, I might just have to go with the seeds here. Just like the obvious answers.
Number 2.
Michelin Man.
It's actually I'm asking about Bunny and Alien.
Bunny and Alien?
Oh shoot! I want it to be the bunny, but
I'm gonna go with the bunny.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the bunny.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the bunny.
I'll go bunny also. I have hope for him.
I think the AV and the AC is gonna take him pretty far.
Uh-huh.
For 3, now we're looking at Michelin versus Salt.
Michelin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna wallop a tire right at her.
Yeah,
Right at her.
Michelin Man's just gonna commit a crime
Yeah.
in that
Saying
arena.
Michelin Man.
Yeah.
And so it's Drew.
Someone kidnapped the Morton Salt girl, threw her into an arena with a marshmallow rubber tire man who throws a tire at her head and kills her instantly.
Poor Morton Salt girl.
And the last matchup is Joe Camel versus Aflac Duck.
Joe.
Joe. Yeah, Joe.
Joe Camel.
That secondhand smoke is...
You're going with Joe Camel, Drew?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got 2 EV though.
Yeah.
Duck.
That's true.
I'm gonna go upset Aflac Duck. I think the 2 EVs versus Joe Camel. Joe Camel does stacking damage.
But only on successful hits.
Only on successful hits, and he's got a decent amount of AV, so it's going to be hard for Joe to stack up hits and deal more damage. I think it's going to be close, but...
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, in the first semifinal round, Abby, you have the Sun versus the Energizer Bunny.
Son. Son's gonna take it all.
Does anyone think the Sun's going to beat the Energizer Bunny?
Yes.
Yes, I think the Sun was
you
going
all
to beat
think
the
sorry, I
Energizer
meant the other
Bunny.
way around, but... And then in the second one, Quinn and Abby have the Michelin Man versus Joe Camel. Abby, who do you think's taking that?
Oh. Can I see the Michelin Man stats? I do feel like it's the Michelin Man.
Me too.
Also. And then Drew, you are Michelin Man versus Aflac in this one.
I think Michelin Man takes it.
Okay. And then everyone's finals are the Sun versus Michelin Man. Abby, who's one of
Sun.
Quinn?
Yeah, probably the Sun.
Drew?
Going Sun, too.
All right.
He's a Sun, man.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, thanks for joining me this week. I'll report back with scores next week.
Hell yeah.
Woohoo!
Tally ho. Huzzah.
Tally ho. Huzzah. You have been watching too much Taskmaster. Tally ho.
Well, all right.
Huzzah.
Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.
Throw away all these tissues.